Hey guys, it's J Miles, and boy, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. From number one, Imperial How quitting a tournament because he was not very happy with something, and then also some bad news about cross progression. We also have some more updates regarding the next weapon that we may or may not be getting next season, and then an Apex Legends developer as well explaining and talking about why they cannot bring all of these new bugs and fixes that we want overnight. And it's actually apparently not just about Apex Legends, it's just multiplayer games in general. I thought it was a pretty good tweet, and a lot of Apex Legends fans seem to have a lot to say about it. So yeah, a lot of news in today's video. First off, I want to mention though, if you guys do want to compete in my $1,000 Apex challenge, is over on the Gauntlet channel. All you got to do is click the link down in the description below. Make sure to go subscribe to the Gauntlet channel and comment on that last community post giving your application to the sign up. We're going to be picking our contestants today, so you need to do it today. And if you're confused on how this works, just watch my latest video on that channel and you'll understand. All right, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So first things first, I want to talk about the season 14 weapon that it looks like we may not be getting. Now, I talked about this a couple of days ago, and it looked like we were actually going to be getting the Nemesis Burst AR, and the reason for that is because we were supposed to get that weapon in season 13. However, unfortunately, that did not happen, and it got pulled last second. Therefore, we thought, okay, well, maybe season 14, maybe they just needed to fix something, or maybe they just decided not this season, let's wait another season. Well, unfortunately, it looks like we may not even be getting it this season, and this was coming from someone who leaks on Twitter, who basically said it looks like it's another no weapon season, with this gift basically just saying, you know, hey, look, man, this sucks. And someone responded to it, none other than Crow Rindo himself, who said it's too early to say that. And someone who leaks responded though and said it's actually not too early to say that. And his reasoning for it is you can discover this pattern of the last weapon reveals that they've had. The Car SMG, the Bocek reveal, the 3030 reveal. You can all tell that it's about a 7 to 8 day in advance of when they announce the weapon and the gameplay trailer release. And he says basically right here, the Car reveal was on October the 18th and the gameplay trailer came out October 25th. Then you have the Bocek reveal on April 19th and the gameplay trailer on April 26th. Then the 3030 reveal on January the 18th and the gameplay trailer reveal on January the 26th. He says this pattern is repeated for a while. Crow Rindo said a man can dream. SWL responds with for real. So unfortunately, it does not look like, based upon this pattern, we're going to be getting this new weapon. Otherwise, it probably would have been announced already. Now, actually, people don't seem to be that upset about this. Now, some people obviously are. And I think the main thing is that people really like to have new guns in the game because it brings a lot of hype. People want to jump in the game. They want to find that gun. They want to use it, see how they like it, see if it's their meta, see if it, you know, fits in with their play style. A lot of people really love to have some excitement like that. Unfortunately, with no new weapon like that, you're going to lose that aspect of the hype of a new feature. Now, obviously, there's some other things to bring hype, a new legend, maybe some new game modes, maybe a map update. And I'm really excited about those as well. However, a lot of people just really love to jump in and find a new gun. But most people seem to be okay with it because they want the stuff that's already in the game to be fixed first, balanced first, and they're not too upset about a new weapon not being added. We also saw Apex a few seasons ago basically saying that they don't want to feel forced to oversaturate the loot pool with all of these new weapons whenever they really need to focus on the weapons that are already in there. And by adding new things to the loot pool, it can really throw some other things off. And that's why in the last 8 seasons or so, you've seen them take a little bit of a break when it comes to adding new weapons. But I don't think we've ever seen back-to-back, is this 3 back-to-back seasons with no new weapon? So yeah, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. So I don't think people are like overly upset about it, but a lot of people obviously still want that new weapon hype to come to the next season. But maybe it'll come with the next season, which should theoretically be a new map, a new legend, a new weapon. But regardless, there are some new things that we should be getting this season that should replace that hype of a new weapon, because we don't normally get this in a new season. That being, I think, 3 brand new game modes that should be permanent from what I've heard. It's called Free Deathmatch, basically a gun game mode, an uplink type Call of Duty mode, and a team deathmatch mode. I've heard about some more game modes as well, and apparently some others are in the work. Now, I just feel like this is such a great feature that it's too good to be true. I don't really know if this is actually coming. Supposedly it is, and the game files say that it is. So it just feels like it's too good to be true. But we have also been discussing, you know, private matches and people getting their own custom lobbies and access to it. And we've been thinking that we're going to be getting that for the last couple of seasons, because it's been well over a year ago, maybe almost a year and a half ago, when Chad Grenier said that they're working on everybody getting private matches. And unfortunately, we never received that. So every season we think, oh, maybe this is the season, maybe it's this time. And now that we've kind of stopped thinking about it, maybe it actually will be this season. But like I said, all of this sounds too good to be true. I got to see it before I believe it. But theoretically, there should be some new things in this season that we don't normally get in a new season that should replace that hype of there being no new weapon. Now, also an Apex Legends developer made a great post and spoke out about fans making quotes saying things like, you know, we've had this game for X amount of years and we still have problems with the server. We still have problems with lags, or maybe this glitch or this bug or this issue that's still not been fixed. And he said that this tweet was not specifically geared towards Apex Legends, but just multiplayer games in general. But now obviously when you see the quotes that he quote here, obviously, you know, Apex Legends fans are no stranger to this one. He says this game has been out for X years and has still not fixed the servers, lag, or any of the bugs that have been around forever. He said, I think the real problem is that players are expecting game developers to make revolutionary discoveries in physics and overcome geography itself in 18 to 36 months, and that is the real problem. He says, I hate that I always need to say this now, but the tweet is about multiplayer games in general. This is my personal account. Not everything I tweet is about Apex Legends. Now let's talk about the big one. Imperial Hal announcing about 16 hours ago that he's going to be quitting the Apex Twitch Rivals. I guess he's had like a streak for multiple seasons where he's played these things all the time, and decided he's going to quit that streak because he decided he's not going to play in it. And the reason for, he made this tweet saying, I'm not playing in the Twitch Rivals for Apex until the rules are changed / removed. Someone said, what do you not like about them? And we got a response here from Lacey. Said some teams had 3 pro level players but were allowed to still compete because if someone isn't signed as a pro, they can play as a content creator besides a pro and below master level player who can also be a pro player who doesn't play ranked. So put it like this, if Duplex doesn't play ranked and he's a bronze or a plat player, but he's obviously a pro player, he just doesn't play ranked, then he can be on a team. Then you can have, say, Imperial Hal, who say he got dropped from TSM and he doesn't have an org, then he could play on the same team because he's technically not a signed pro. He could just be a content creator because he is a big Twitch streamer. And then on the third hand, you can have, you know, Zach Mazer, who is signed to Cloud9, and then boom, you got 3 pro players on the same team, but because they fit these little rule workarounds, then they can actually be on that team. And it's just simply not fair. Now maybe they wouldn't let Duplex because he's signed to an org, but let's say there's another pro who's obviously a pro, but he's not played ranked in a while and maybe he's not signed. Regardless, it's an obvious way to work around the rules so that you can still have the most powerful team while working in the requirements the best you can. So you obviously don't really have content creators or really casual players on the same team. You just have ex-pros that have found a way to fit into the team by working around the rules. The nature of Twitch Rivals is supposed to be a little bit of a carry. You got one guy who's extremely good, one guy who's pretty decent and he can hang, and then the other guy who's just kind of there for the ride. I had this exact same complaint when it came to the Juka Bowl because people were allowed to be content creators even though they did not stream. They didn't make YouTube videos. All they had to do is just decide they were going to stream for this event, and then boom, they were deemed a content creator. So you had literally 2 pro teammates that were on the same pro team playing on the same team just because one was considered a content creator, and it makes it a whole lot less fun because you're watching these 2 guys just dominate the lobbies. And obviously Imperial Hal's looking to have some fun, not having all these sweaty ALGS lobbies like this. And I definitely think that those rules need to be changed, and I'm actually glad that he stood up and decided to quit it because I definitely think it's time for that thing to be changed. Now also, lastly, I want to mention here a little bit of unfortunate news for cross progression. I've been seeing a lot of people saying, look, I'm so ready for cross progression just because I have all of these stats on my main account, on my console, on my Xbox, my PlayStation, whatever, and I'm so ready to switch over to PC. I got my PC ready, I got everything done, I'm literally ready to go, but I simply can't move over because I'm waiting for all my stuff to be able to transfer over there. And this is actually what a developer said on the matter, and it's actually a little bit worse than I thought, because originally we thought, okay, you'll be able to merge everything together. So if you got a bunch of skins, kills, and heirlooms on one account and a bunch of stuff on the other account, you'll be able to put them all together and then make one brand new account. Well, we found out that was not going to be the case. There apparently will be no cross merging, and so you're just going to have to deal with one account or the other to use on either platform. Well, now it honestly doesn't even seem like it's going to be that good. And apparently they said cross progression is coming this year, so I'm really confused as to what they're going to do, if they're going to have a real fix, because you know, if they release cross progression and it's not done completely and they've had all of this time to do it, fans are going to be mad. But this is what a fan said in response to an Apex Legends developer. He said, hello Ray, next week I'm switching from PS4 over to PC and we'll have to start from scratch. When will the cross progression come to play Apex? And he responded, and it is in a different language, so you have to use Google Translate. So I hope this translates pretty well from Turkish Google Translate. If you guys speak Turkish and this is totally wrong, definitely let us know down in the comment section below. But he responded though and says, forget it, bro. I don't think we'll set up the system exactly as you want it. I started again when the PS5 came, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on. So now are you saying that people aren't going to be able to transfer all their PlayStation stuff to a brand new PC account? Like, nobody's asking about merging here. Nobody's asking for you to be able to merge your console and PC stuff. Are you saying now that people can't bring their PlayStation stuff over to their PC account? What even is cross progression if that's the case? Someone also commented here and said, I cannot believe that I believed in EA, not just me, and waited for more than half a year. I will continue to join Apex, but I will never believe EA again. I mean, we've already heard them saying that they're bringing cross progression in 2022. So what do they even plan to bring if it's not going to have the basic cross progression features? I mean, this kind of feels like an exact replica of the next gen update, right? You know, hey, we brought the next gen console update. No, you really did not. The biggest part of the next gen console update was the 120 hertz. I mean, that's the biggest feature. People got these new consoles because they're more powerful. They want to be able to use those resources. And now people cannot even get the 120 that you promised was in a next gen console update. Now you just said, oh, we're still working on it. It'll come in a later update. Well, now that you've brought quote unquote the next gen console update, you've been able to scratch that box off and just kind of put it on the back burner. And when you get to that 120, you'll get to it. And that is super unfortunate to see. I'm not really sure exactly, maybe if we lost some information in this Google Translate here, but I'm very concerned about what he means about saying, forget it. We're not gonna be able to set the system up exactly how you want it to. And he's not even asking for account merging, like putting all your stats and heirlooms from one account and mixing it with another account that has stuff. He's just asking to be able to transfer his stuff from PlayStation over to a brand new PC account. And the fact that they're saying that they're not going to have it set up correctly, that has me very concerned for cross progression in the future. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with every single day news. And until the next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you later, Gators. Also, don't forget to go sign up for the Gauntlet if you guys want to be a part of it. The link is down in the description. And until next time, take care of yourselves and peace. Later, Gators.